Okay, now we're going to try BB2, find terms of a geometric sequence. The difference here is that in arithmetic sequences, which is what we just did in the other video, you either add or subtract the same number over and over. But in geometric sequences, you multiply by the same number and over and over. The number that you multiply by is called the common ratio. So the easiest way to figure out what you're multiplying by each time is to take two numbers that are in order. Like, for example, I don't know what this is, but I can go up here. Here's 2, 36, 216. What I can do is type in 216 divided by 36. And that will tell me what the common ratio is that they're multiplying by each time. And I got 6. 6 is the number they're multiplying by each time. So I go back up here to the front. 1 times 6 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times 6 is 216, and so on. So this answer is 6. Okay, on this one, you might be able to figure this one out in your head. But if you can't, take the second number, divide it by the first number. So what's 9 divided by 3? That's 3, right? They're multiplying by 3 each time. That's the common ratio. So 27 times 3 is 81. That's what goes here. All right, from what's 1,000 divided by 100? Is that 10? Let's see, 1,000 divided by 100, yep, that's 10. So 1 times 10 is 10. 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1,000. And 1,000 times 10 is 10,000. Okay, so this one, they got the second number. So let's jump up here. I'm going to type in 625 divided by 125. That is 5. So they are multiplying by 5 each time. All right, so 5 times 5 is 25. Then 25 times 5 is 125. They keep timesing by 5. All right, let's type in, this one. 4 divided by 1 is 4. So 4 is what they're multiplying by. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. Let's see what 64 times 4. 256. 256. And here it looks like 36 divided by 6 is 6. So they must be multiplying by 6. So 7,776 times 6 is 46,656. Okay, let me jump ahead and see if they get more difficult because I'm already up to 49. This isn't any more difficult. It's the same thing. What's 18 divided by 3? 6. So 3 times 6 is 18. What's 18 times 6? 108. 108 goes here. All right, so here, even though they're negative, you do the same thing. I'm going to type in what's 8 divided by negative 4? Negative 2. So negative 2 is what you multiply by each time. So I need to type in negative 16 times negative 2. That's positive 32. Then positive 32 times negative 2 is negative 64. All right, I'm going to type in 128 divided by 32. That's 4. So 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32, and so on. All right, what is negative 20 divided by negative 2? That's positive 10. So I multiply everything by positive 10. So negative 2 times positive 10 is negative 20. Negative 20 times positive 10 is negative 200. Negative 200 times positive 10 is negative 2,000. That's what goes here. All right, I knew they'd give us some fractions. All right, so they're multiplying by something. So some fraction is getting multiplied each time. So what I'm going to do here is take the second number and divide it by the first number. So I'm going to type in 1/4 divided by 3/4. If you wanted to do this yourself without a calculator, when you divide, you really flip it and multiply by the reciprocal, but I typed it in like this, and that's 1/3. So that's telling me they're multiplying by 1/3 each time, and I'm going to check it. So I'm going to type in 3/4 times 1/3 and see if that gives me 1/4. And it does. So they are multiplying by 1/3. So I'm going to type in 1/36 times 1/3. And my next number is 1/108. All right, so this one, I'm going to take the second number, divide it by the first number. So I'm going to type in 3 over top of 430 divided by 1 over top of 430. And that is 3. So that tells me they are multiplying by 3 each time. And then look, we could have figured that one out anyway. Look at the common denominator is 430. 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. So what's 27 times 3? 81. So this one is 81 over top of 430. And I'm going to take my calculator here and make sure that that doesn't reduce. It doesn't. So 81 over top of 430. Okay, so this one doesn't have a common denominator, but take the second number, 2/9, divide it by the first number, 2/3, and that is 1/3 is what they're multiplying by. So when you multiply by fractions, you go straight across the top, straight across the bottom. So 2 times 1 is 2, so there's a 2 on the top, and then there's a 3 on the bottom. So what's 81 times 3? 243. And I've made it to a blue ribbon. Just send me a message if you need any help. There's my cat Jack. He says hi.